So yeah, Rick Tocchet all but confirmed for the Vancouver Canucks. And I do think it could be a fit, but how they've handled this whole situation from Bruce Boudreau to management, it's just been horrible. Like, Bruce has gotten treated so poorly. I do believe that Tocchet, in some aspects, can be good for this team, whether it's PD, whether it's Hughes, even though it kind of seemed like indirectly he was kind of shooting down smaller defensemen. But I do believe that Tocchet, the way Boudreau did last year, and this is why I also question the Canucks in general, is like, are they just going to go for what they did last year and just have like a good second half of the season and lose any chance of getting Bedard and be right in the middle where you don't get a good draft pick and you don't make the playoffs? If Tocchet comes in and develops the younger players and they still get a top 5, top 10 pick, maybe it's a dub. But I don't mind Tocchet. I think what the Canucks are lacking, I don't know if Tocchet, they really need to bring in actual like defensemen. They can't just bring a better defensive system for what they have. I think there's certain guys that can bring more to the table. I think OEL can bring more to the table, even though his fall off the cliff has been horrible. But the Canucks asset management's been horrible. I do think the Canucks still make the trades that they're going to make. They'll probably bring up Höglander and put Colson as rumored right now. And I do believe the Canucks, whether it's Tocchet or not, will be a mess in different ways. So they're going for another old school guy, different philosophy definitely than Boudreau. Tocchet definitely loves the defensive style from what I remember with the Coyotes. I remember talking to Coyotes fans, make the jokes if you want, about Tocchet and just the defensive system and limiting the Coyotes' offensive potential. But the Canucks do need to be better defensively, so maybe that helps in that regard. As I said, I think personnel on the ice needs to improve greatly for that defense core, because after Hughes and Shen, it's a nightmare a lot of the times. But yeah, sorry, I'm repping the Leafs and Jets in the background. I got to get the Canucks jersey up for the next Canucks talk, but I don't hate it. I don't love it. I just think the Canucks need a direct direction. They need a proper direction. So please get a proper direction on behalf of Canucks fans. Get a proper direction. Make the trades. I do think you should trade Kuzmenko, but as I said, I think get the value that you can. Build around Petey. Build around Hughes. Get a high draft pick. If it's Bedard, unreal. But the Canucks, they need to go in a proper direction. It can't be this middle of the pack anymore, because you're not doing yourself any good. Just missing the playoffs and not getting a good draft pick. So the personnel might struggle with Tocchet. But maybe we'll see. Honestly, I'm so mixed on this. We'll see if it's not official. It's, I would say, all but official. But when Tocchet, if he does get named head coach, I don't hate it. But again, if it's going to help the defensive system along with improving long term with a guy that maybe can be head coach for a few years, I don't love it. I don't hate it. But I think Boudreau should have deserved way more respect, and I think the disrespect towards Boudreau has been garbage, because the Canucks mess has been so much more than Boudreau. Boudreau just got here like last year, so it's been a disgrace on how they handled so many personnel things in Vancouver. It's been an absolute disgrace, and I truly do think the way they've handled Boudreau here is a joke, and that's what I'm more mad about versus the actual hire of Tocchet, because personally for me, I think no coach can fix what the Canucks have going on right now, at least permanently or long term. Because at the end of the day, there's so many internal issues and so many underlying issues that any fix will be just a quick temporary fix. And yeah, the Canucks will still be a mess, even if they show what they did towards the end of last year. And we can all be, for Bruce. Yeah, I don't know. It's enough. It's tough in Vancouver land. I don't know how I feel about the hiring if it does happen, but I think in general it's kind of a useless move, because there's so many other moves I think needed to be made first. And respecting Boudreau, having more respect for Boudreau, who came in and honestly, as I said, the temporary fix, which that's all I would expect from Tocchet. So we will see on what happens next in Vancouver.